Hello and welcome to this tutorial, a short tutorial on how to use the STM32F1 with Arduino. So here I'm actually going to start the STM Arduino IDE. So I have actually my Arduino IDE 2.2 version. So let's start that. Okay. And the first thing you need to do is go to these board support packages and say you want to actually do the STM32, and then you will actually install it. So if you actually go down here for the more info, so this is basically the package that we are going to use, and then you can see that it actually supports quite a few examples, and so I'm just going to run a quick example. So here is an example. I can actually choose another one, let's say blink. Okay, let's choose that. And so now you can go to tools and select in these boards the generic F1, and then that's my USB. I've connected my USB port. I'm going to actually download it using the bootloader method. Leave these, come here, and then again try to select the generic F103RC T. I think ours is 6. Select that, leave the rest of it, and here you can see that we're going to also select it using the serial programming, and here you can say enable generic, and that'll be it. Alright, and then now given this, so this is actually, if you remember, the built-in LED. I have to change this to built-in LED. I have to say define built-in LED is actually PB_4. I believe that's the LED that is built in. Say, let's compile this. Okay, that's done. So what I've done here is, let me open up. So that's my board, and I'm actually going to do the bootloader method. So I actually have the VCC down here. So I'm going to press the reset button down here, and so my boot 0 pin is connected to VCC. Release that, unplug that, and then I'm going to actually say upload, and now you can see it's actually downloading and it's done. And if you look at the board now, you can see that my LED is actually blinking. All right, so this is my first example of working with an Arduino with an STM32. So let me go to this example, which we have the UART. So here you can see that I'm going to actually simply have a default UART, and I have the same settings down here. Go to tools, generic, that's the port, and then here you can see I'm doing with the serial, and I've enabled the serial port, no USB support, and that's pretty much it. So let me just click on this guy, compile it, and I'm actually going to, as you can see on my left, I'm actually going to be tying up the boot pin to a high, hold on to the reset, and release it, and release that. And let me download this, and again it's actually downloading, and here you can see that the downloading is done. So I go to my COM port, and if I kind of look at this particular configuration port, and if I do this at 9600, okay, and you can see that doesn't come out because you know, it doesn't actually use the COM port 1 or the UART 1. So what I've done is I actually have kind of a serial to USB converter. So this is my kind of serial to USB converter, and I've actually connected that to my UART2 pin, which is PA2 and PA3. So that's where it is actually connected. So I'm actually going to insert that. So once I insert that, and you can see that if I go to configuration port, and I should have two of them, that's USB 1, go to 9600 and say OK, and then you can see that's basically hello world is getting printed. So this one actually uses UART 2. So let me just do a quick update on STM32F103 UART 2 pin, and you can see I'm just going to go through some website just to show you guys all right, so here is our configuration. I want to show this is our device, and here you can see this would be the UART2 would be the PA2 is used as the transmit, and the PA3 would be used as a receive. So these are the two pins that we are going to use, and but that's what it default you know, when you use this library, that's the default version that it actually uses. So hence you will be only able to get the data when you actually do with the USB to serial, so and not through UART 1. All right, so the next one I'm going to show you is how to actually do this using ROS. And if I just do a ROS serial, sorry, Arduino, let me put that in. So over here you can see it's just telling you this is your ROS Arduino, and here is your Arduino platform supports this, and as you can see here it basically tells you to define use STM hardware serial, and so this is also supporting your STM32F1. So if you don't have the F1 and you're working with other type of you know, say microcontrollers, then you could also use say ROS serial, and you can see that it actually will be having support to other type of microcontrollers. So this is the other one that actually does support STM32s. Here is your ROS Arduino with support to F1, and if I click on this over here, it talks about getting support to STM3, 4, and 7 series. But what I've also done is I've uploaded you'll also find other versions of it for F1, So this is all using Arduino. So you can say STM32F1 HAL support, and so you can see that our this example again uses F1 but uses the virtual comport, and so that is also the one in our GitHub version. Hopefully it shows. And if you look at let me see, 2024, now actually I put it in the root directory, so let me see. I'm not sure if I put this in which directory, but I did upload that. Okay, maybe I have to go to 24. No, doesn't show up. So let me see, Arduino. No, this is not the one. So anyhow, I'll try to upload it. So this is basically this particular example. I have a library that is called raw serial Arduino library, and this guy here is basically compatible with also the STM32 F1. I think that's what it is over here. It's supposed to be compatible with it and allows you to change the serial. I think I should have actually posted not the whole library. Yeah, I just put the zip file. So let me see if I can actually see. Yeah, so that's the chatter, and yeah, there we go. I put this in here, so you can actually use that file too. And in this case, you can use this file to, import this file, and you can see that you can unzip this and create a folder, which I did. What I've done is down here you can see that this is part of the Arduino library, and this is this library, and you can use, I've unzipped this in this folder, and what you can also do is, as you can see, let me just go to an example I already have. There's my example, sorry, this is the sketchbook. And okay, let me go to this raw serial test, and over here I have my ROS message. This is my chatter, and it's just simply publishing hello world. Okay, before that, let me just close this. And what you have to do here again is this again, make sure that your board is generic, your device is exactly there, the serial is programming, no USB support, enable serial. And what I'm going to do here is just let's hit compile. What I've done is just unzip that zip file into the libraries folder. So this is where it is. I've just unzipped that here, right? And then I'm waiting for the compilation to end, and my compilation is done. So here you can see I've included, and I try to use different defines, but it doesn't really matter because internally somewhere it's set. Oh, and then I have to include this, which is setting up the serial port to 57600, and I'm advertising a publisher. A topic is called chatter of a message, and then it just prints hello world. All right, so just to now again I'm going to go back to my programming of this device. Here again I'm going to actually insert and put it in bootloader mode, release it, release that, and then program it. So there you go. It is programming is done. It's completed, and now I'm actually going to start with my ROS. Okay, so I'm going to I actually have, as you can see, I also still have my USB connected. So I'm going to actually do from here ROS core, which is going to start up my ROS core, and then I'm going to do my ROS run, and that will be ROS serial Python. And the only one in here is going to be, I'm going to use the serial because that's the default it's going to do. And now you can see it's actually going to start requesting topic, and it says, hey, I have a topic that is published through it, which is chatter. And I can also check with the topic list, and you can see that I have a chatter, and I can also figure out what the chatter is, but here I'm just going to use an echo for the chatter, and I'm going to get hello world. And as you can see here, it just basically starts to do it every 1 second, and that's how you get the the STM32F1 to start sending messages. So now if I interface any sensor, and if I put it in a particular message, which would be here, include let's say sensor message or navigation message or whatever it is, then I should be able to do that. So that's pretty much a short demo of how to use the STM32F1 series. And over here I'm actually using a pure Arduino platform, and I'm also showed you some examples just by programming it with simple Arduino, and I'm also using the ROS library, integrated that, and then how to interface with the ROS. Alright, I hope this video will be useful if you want to use a very quick rapid prototyping using the STM32 boards with ROS. Thanks for watching.